Good morning, everybody. With my colleagues of the management board, we've thought that it would be appropriate in the current circumstances to share with you our views on what's going on in the financial system. The financial system is probably going through a crisis which has no equivalent in the last 50 years. This is something quite strange, but very profound. It's not related to the underlying fundamentals of the macroeconomy, because even if the economy at this stage is not that strong, it's not that bad either. So it's a real financial crisis. And we are seeing around us a number of financial institutions which are weakened, and some of them are disappearing in a few days, if not in a few hours. So this is creating anxiety, this is creating questions, and I think it's the right time to communicate with you and for you to communicate with your colleagues, with your managers, and also with our clients. And to communicate, to explain to them that in this turmoil, AXA is a very safe harbor. AXA is a very strong balance sheet. What's happening? The banks are under pressure. The banks are under pressure for a number of reasons. They've bought bad assets and they have to write down some of these assets. They have trouble finding liquidity in the markets, and therefore their lending capacity is affected. The combination of the markdowns, of their trouble to find liquidity, is putting some of them under pressure. It started in the US, and it has now spread to Europe. Should we think that this is going to go on, and is this going to affect AXA? Well, the first comment I would make is that we do not have the same business model as they have. The banks are taking short-term deposits and transforming them into long-term loans or assets. What we do as insurers is underwrite risks or take long-term deposits to transform them into long-term assets. So we are not as affected as they are by the risks of transformation. Our asset liabilities management doesn't allow us, or we have managed our asset liabilities management in a way such that there is no mismatch. In other terms, if our clients ask for their money, we have the liquidity enabling us to pay them back. So, as you see, the picture is very different. You could then ask me, yeah, but what has happened to AIG? Because AIG was an insurer. So, could we see something happening for AIG which will happen for AXA? Well, very clear and very simple. The reason for which AIG is in deep trouble today is that AIG had gone out of its core insurance business, and the trouble is coming from the non-insurance part of AIG. The trouble is coming from AIG Financial Products, which is the investment bank they had built, where they have manufactured and sold risky assets, which they now have to buy back or to write down. It's also coming from the guarantees they have given on some financial products, which were not insurance products, but pure financial products. And for these guarantees, they have now to set aside collateral. So their trouble is not coming from their insurance operations, it's coming from their financial and banking part. So this is something which could not happen to AXA. Let me now spend a few minutes explaining you further why we think as a management team that AXA is in a situation different from others. The very core reason is first that AXA has never gone out of its core business, insurance and asset management. The fact that we have stuck to our core disciplines is creating a real strength. If you look at many of the financial institutions which are in trouble, as I said a few minutes ago, AIG, it's through their financial activity. If you look at Fortis, the Belgian conglomerate which has been rescued by the Belgian government, Fortis was a combination of banking and insurance, and there too, it's the banking activity which has put the whole company into trouble. We do not have this risk because we have stuck to insurance and asset management, and none of these two businesses is today endangered. In our business, property casualty is not affected. In life and savings, the new business is probably slightly more difficult. It's even certainly more difficult because our clients are scared and they hesitate before investing their money. But nothing is fundamentally impaired. People still need to save. They still need to prepare their future. So nothing is impaired there. The next reason for which AXA is strong today is the strength of the balance sheet and the strength of the earnings. In this context, what would be my message to you, who every day are building AXA, defending AXA in front of the competition, promoting AXA to your clients? Well, my message is very, very simple. You are the ones who are going to make us win this battle. It's difficult. We all know that. I mean, every day these days is difficult. But I think once more, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make a deep difference. And more than ever, what we've said we would do, which is becoming more customer-centric through a higher employee engagement, remains valid. So what I really expect from you is to show the engagement you want to show to help us convince our clients who in these difficult times need advice, need proximity. I mean, they want us to be reliable, they want us to be available, they want us to be attentive. More than ever, this is the opportunity to do it. And I'm sure you will do it.